Needless to say, this person is from 10,000 Beast Mountain. Although these people of 10,000 Beast Mountain do not wear their own uniform for the convenience of movement, anyone with a discerning eye can see their origin, because these people's main means of attack is to drive monster beast. There is no way to hide such an obvious faction. The blue-eyed blood toad under the old man is a ninth-order monster beast. With his own practice and cultivation technique, the combination of humans and beasts is enough to deal a second-order void return stage. Everyone who knows this old guy knows that this person is not only ugly, but also extremely distorted. He is most greedy and lustful. He likes to torture and humiliate some beautiful women, torturing them to death, and experiencing the pleasure of perversion. If Wui really fell into his hands, it would be worse than death. Those two girls are good. If they are handed over to the old man, they can be made into two good blood slaves. On the other side, a middle-aged man covered in bloody light also showed an evil smile. The cultivator who can make a blood slave is undoubtedly from the Demon Blood Temple. It's useless to say more. You guys should think of a way to break through this big formation first. Xianxia showed dissatisfaction and reminded faintly that now the group of people have been intercepted in front of the big formation, and the first layer of defense cannot be broken. The old man from 10,000 Beast Mountain sneered. Originally, the old man didn't want to use this trick, but since that little girl wanted to die, the old man can only fulfill her wish. As he said this, his expression suddenly solemn, the Saint Chi in his body swelled, and at the same time, the blue-eyed blood toad under him also bulged its cheeks, and heard a low cry like a frog's crowing. In an instant, the world's spiritual energy was turbulent, and simultaneous gathered toward him. Xianxia's eyes lit up, staring at the old man's movements without moving, and smiled and said, "Do you want to use blood toad poison smoke?" Hearing what he said, the other void return stage cultivators were all shocked, and they all looked at it simultaneously. The old man of 10,000 Beast Mountain snorted coldly. "Blood toad poison smoke is my treasure's special skill. But once I use it, I will lose one. I hope you will not hide yourself in the future." In this way, the old man suddenly opened his mouth and spit out a bloody arrow. The bloody arrow was like a snake with fangs. It only attacked the Dragon Cave Mountain formation. While he spits out the bloody arrow, he sat down, and the blue-eyed blood toad also bulged its cheeks, and a jet of venom that was as dark as thick ink came out of its mouth, wrapping the bloody arrow. The two merged and rolled, and some unknown changes took place in a flash. The venom and blood arrow turned into a dark mist in the blink of an eye, bombarding the light barrier of the large formation array. Stabbed. The sour sound of corrosion sounded on the light barrier of the Dragon Cave Mountain Protection Array. The light flickered. This mountain protection formation was melted into a gap at a speed visible to the naked eye. It can actually accommodate one person to pass through. Although this gap was quickly repaired by itself, the tremendous power of this blow can also be seen. It had been 2 days, but no one could break the gap in the big formation with one blow, but the old man of 10,000 Beast Mountain did it. It doesn't matter if it is repaired, this blow is enough to consume a lot of spiritual energy of the protection formation, and if he continued to attack a few times, maybe it can really break. After using this blow, the old man surnamed Du's face turned pale, and the blue-eyed blood toad under his seat also became slightly withered. Without a word, the old man took out a jade bottle from the space ring, poured out a blood-red pill, and tossed it forward. The blue-eyed blood toad popped out its scarlet tongue and rolled the pill into its mouth. The blue-eyed blood toad then revealed a look of enjoyment. This blood-red pill is undoubtedly a great tonic for the blue-eyed blood toad. It's really a good means. Xianxia laughed, secretly surprised but also extremely happy. If this is the case, then Xianxia will not hide anything anymore. As he said this, suddenly a small dagger-like artifact was sacrificed. The secret treasure shone with silver-like luster and was full of spirituality. White rainbow dagger. When the old man surnamed Du saw the dagger, he suddenly exclaimed. His face was astonished, and he muttered, unexpectedly, this broken artifact was actually obtained by Brother Xie. Brother Xie is not small. Other Void Return stage cultivators also looked greedily at the white rainbow dagger, as if it had a lot of history. Xie smiled and said lightly, "There is nothing to talk about, it's just a chance." While talking, he urged Saint Chi to pour into the white rainbow dagger, with a solemn expression. How could other people believe his words? As far as everyone knows, this white rainbow dagger is an artifact that specializes in breaking formations and restrictions, and the grade is extremely high, and it is of the void grade middle rank level. Such a grade may be considered to be nothing in the whole of Star territory, but on Shadowed Star, it is very valuable. After all, things are rare and precious. Moreover, the white rainbow dagger should be a family heirloom treasure of a small family. As for why it fell into the hands of Xie, it is not known. With the means of Xie, it is probably removed and taken by force from that small family. But this is not their business, so although everyone think about it, they didn't say much. At this moment of effort, Xie had already driven the white rainbow dagger, and saw that small dagger turned into a white shocking rainbow in front of him, and it disappeared in a flash. When it appeared the next moment, it appeared strangely on Dragon Cave Mountain Formation interior. With a bang, the white rainbow dagger flew out from the inside, penetrating the large formation array without any hindrance. It seemed to have no effect, but everyone knew that the spirituality of this large formation array had been worn away a lot. The reason why the white rainbow dagger is called the formation-breaking artifact is precisely because it adds a bit of space mystery, which can break through the space barrier and directly attack from within the formation. Such an artifact can't be refined with the current level of the artifact refiner of Shadowed Star, but it is a treasure left over from the ancient times. Sure enough, after Xie drove white rainbow dagger back and forth several times, the light of the mountain protective formation dimmed a little. Seeing this, the Demon Blood Temple, the Sea Heart Sect, and the Void Return stage that Lu Yi had gathered and conquered, all geared up, using methods that they would not normally use easily, and attacked the mountain protective formation array. Since they can be promoted to Void Return stage, no cultivator is a vegetarian. They have experienced countless life and death battles, countless adventurous trials, and there are some artifacts and methods to be used. If they don't use this artifacts and methods this time, when will it be? More than 30 Void Return stage shot together, and the scene is so spectacular. Even if the Third Order Void Return stage powerhouse arrives here, they have to retreat and cannot be lighthearted. Seeing this, the other Saint King realm also assisted from the side. For a time, the morale of the allied troops of several parties was high. The protective mountain formation, under such a fierce attack, was faltering and seemed to be about to collapse. This scene made everyone more excited. At the same time, in a loft in Heavenly Fate City 50 miles away from Dragon Cave Mountain, Qian and Fei Jitu were sitting opposite each other. Both of them held a wine glass in their hands and raised them to their lips, but they were dazed and forgot to drink. Behind Qian, Wei Gucheng and Dong Xuanair stood together, with anxious expressions on their faces. Feeling the violent energy fluctuations from Dragon Cave Mountain, Wei Gucheng finally couldn't bear it, and said, "Elder, let the disciples go there." Although Dong Xuanair didn't say anything, anyone could see the anxiety and worry in her beautiful eyes. Qian smiled slightly, put down the wine glass in his hand, and glanced at Wei Gucheng. "What can you do after you go there?" Although the disciple has only been promoted to the Void Return stage, but how can he not help Brother Yang? It is better than sitting on the sidelines here, Wei Gucheng said in a deep voice. Qian raised his brows and said with a smile, "Do you think it's too unreasonable for the old man to drink and have fun here? The disciples dare not. If you think so, you can admit it. Why don't you dare?" Qian didn't care. Wei Gucheng struggled for a while, became resolute, clasped his fist and said, "Then please forgive the disciple for his disrespect." "Well, just say it." Qian nodded lightly. "Elder, don't mention the life-saving grace of Brother Yang to the disciples and Xuanair. Just because he was willing to venture deep into the Emperor Garden last time to rescue the elders shouldn't sit idly by. Xie Li is nothing. In order to deal with Brother Yang, he announced his departure from the Shadow Moon Hall. Is the Shadow Moon Hall a place where he can come and leave as he like? As for the dead Xie Hongguan, everyone knows his temperament. Even if Brother Yang does not kill him, one day the disciple will also destroy him. I'll also asked the elder to order the disciple and Xuan to destroy Xie Li. Even if Xuan and I are only at first order void return stage, destroying Xie Li is just a matter of effort. Rampant. Although Qian Tong was scolding, there was a smile on his face. Obviously he did not feel that Wei Gucheng was uttering wild words, but he also agreed with his strength. Then tell the old man, what excuse do you want to kill Xie Li? Is it just because he left the Shadow Moon Hall without authorization? Isn't this reason enough? Even so, there is a law enforcement hall in the temple, and it is not your turn to intervene. But I know, you don't have many friends. Yang Kai counts as one, so naturally you doesn't want to just watch it, but his grievance with the Xie family is because he himself asked not to interfere with Shadow Moon Hall. Now it's not just the Xie family who are attacking Dragon Cave Mountain. Elder, the Demon Blood Sect, the 10,000 Beast Mountain, the Sea Heart Sect, and the Flowing Cloud Valley. Well, these old men all know that, so the old man wanted to see what means he would use to resolve this catastrophe. If he can really save his life. This kid is amazing. If not? Wei Gucheng didn't seem to have much confidence. The contrast between the strengths of the two sides is really too great. As long as he is not blind, he can see the disadvantage of Dragon Cave Mountain. Well, do you think old Ghost Qian is really going to just watch like this? Fei Jitu, who had been silent from the side, glared at Wei Gucheng. He didn't want to interrupt, but this kid is really noisy and ruining the mood of watching the show. To be continued.